Hello friends, James Stevenson back with another episode of Who's Hating Hard on Tesla today once again. It is the fraud posing behind the fake name Brad Munchen hating hard on Tesla. So today's episode will also be an episode of Dunkin on Munkin. I don't even know what number we're up to in the Dunkin on Munkin series, but Brad watches them all. I'm sure he does. The fraud posing behind the fake name Brad Munchen. As I show you, Loki is in bed, in his new bed, curled up and back. I'll share my desktop with you and show you today's hate from Brad Munkin. Hating hard on Tesla investors, really. Long-term Tesla investors who made a much better financial decision than he did shorting Tesla years ago. You can keep an eye on Loki in the Loki cam if he does anything interesting. I'll be over here reading you this tweet from Motorhead. Normally I'd say God help them, but these guys have had years of fair warning, hashtag Tesla. With a screenshot of Jason Debolt, long-time Tesla investor, at Jason Debolt on X. It's unbelievable to me that you can buy Tesla shares at $172 today, especially with all the positive news about FSD v12.3. Tesla is close to solving the problem of replacing 420 billion, yes, billion hours of human driving time annually. Investor X asked, "Are you buying any more, Jason?" And he said, "With what? I don't have any more assets to sell and no income, otherwise I would." SR replied, "Sold half of my 401k and put it in Tesla." I replied, "Which warnings to Jason Debolt? My search didn't reveal any warnings of yours directed at him. Perhaps you meant your more general warnings 5 years ago, long after Jason and I invested, that Model Y, 2023's best-selling model in the world, would flop. That it couldn't compete with iPace, e-tron, or EQC, none of which made 2023's top 100 best-selling models globally. That Tesla's supercharging technology was bunk. That VW was going to make Tesla superchargers obsolete. All from a single screenshot 5+ years ago. So here it is, March 15th, 2019. This is small for most of you watching on your phones, so I will read it to you. It's a short thread from Motorhead. Only 3 tweets with a reply. So the Model Y unveiling was a flop, Motorhead Brad Munchen claimed falsely. Musk spoke for 55 minutes, of which greater than 10 minutes were spent on the Model Y, so I guess Brad Munchen doesn't know which one is less than and which one is greater than. He didn't even mention where it will be built, and the affordable $39,000 version won't be out till 2021. It's obvious, well, that was wrong. It's obvious Tesla is desperate for cash by Q1 and 2 weeks from now. Then in the second tweet of his thread, Motorhead continued, "Unlike the Model 3, which could be reserved for $1,000 back in 2016, deposits for the Model Y go for $2,500. A true sign of Tesla realizing they won't get more than half the 500,000 orders they did for the Model 3 after so many delays in delivery." So Brad Munchen very strongly implying here that fewer than 1 million people would want to buy a Model Y at all. And Tesla sold over 1 million Model Ys last year. It was the #1 selling vehicle in the world. The third tweet of his thread, again from March 15th of 2019, Model Y high-end versions versus European rivals. Tesla will have a tough time. For roughly $2,000 more, you can buy the more luxurious and reliable SUVs from Benz, being the EQC, Audi being the e-tron, or Jag being the iPace. As you can see in this part of the screenshot, there were more comparisons side by side. You just can't see them in this screenshot. Model Y might have slightly more range, but the rivals have quality and esteem for just $2,000 more. So Motorhead Brad Munchen was predicting Model Y would not sell as well as the EQC, iPace, or e-tron. Couldn't have been more wrong. Brad Hall replied, "Superchargers, the left hook no one's talking about," where Brad made the remainder of his blunders that I pointed out in replying, yeah, hashtag Tesla Q does have the best charging network, but the Germans, VW Group, will make it obsolete by this fall. By the fall of 2019, the Tesla supercharging network will be obsolete, and VW is thinking on global terms, a choice which Tesla Q never really considered because they were first in line. Hence, their charging technology is bunk. Yeah, well, they're now the North American charging standard. Let me scroll on down here and show you some of these replies. Like, I'm not going to read you this, and you can pause it and read the reply from Jason Debolt if you want. Neither of those are the kind of family content I want people to read. But Austin Cooper did reply, Brad blocked him, so you can't even see what was posted. Weird, I don't remember ever interacting with him. I do remember how bad his Tesla predictions were, though. Yeah, I only put one screenshot in. There are untold dozens of horrible predictions by Brad Munchen. You can see a bunch of those in the previous videos in this playlist. If you watch my Dunkin on Munchen playlist, you can see a lot of those. Love that Jaguar I-Pace, best-selling car in the... Yeah, couldn't come up with anything there. I replied, best-selling car model in the annual meeting of I-Pace owners. That's maybe the only place you'll ever find it as the best-selling car. Are you talking about the Tesla charging technology that has become the North American charging standard? Yes, that's the one. Brad Hall called it with the superchargers back in 2019. Aged like fine milk, said Nicholas Hilgenfelt. Well done, James. This guy should change his name to Motormouth instead of Motorhead. And with that, I will check back in with Loki to see that he is still curled up in bed. Before reminding you to like the video if you liked the video, you can hit the heart on X, you can click the thumbs up on YouTube to let the algorithm know to recommend this video to other folks. And if you're not subscribed to me, you can read about how to do that in my YouTube video description or on X in my bio. And a special thank you to my two executive producers, Kathy Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com, and I'll see you in the next one.